Hey guys, what is up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolve. Now, earlier this week we talked about Mega Entei, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Suicune. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation on what this series is about. Now, every week I will be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or I want a Mega Evolution for. Now, this is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post your own opinions in the comment section down below. But what would you keep? What would you change? And etc. And at the end of the video, I will be telling you guys which Pokemon we're going to be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Suicune. Now, before we get started, I do have to let you guys know that starting Monday, there probably won't be any Why Mega Evolve videos or team review videos coming for like the next couple of weeks, because on Monday, I am going to be starting college back up again, and I need to get my stuff situated and have my regular routine down before I start recording my Why Mega Evolve videos and my team reviews. Now, there might be some moveset videos uploaded like for the next couple of weeks. I don't know how many, I don't know when they're going to be uploaded. I'm just going to let you guys know that there is going to be still videos, but my Why Mega Evolve series and my team review videos are going to be put on hold because those take up most of my time. So that's just a little heads up. So if you guys want to see any moveset videos from a certain Pokemon you guys want me to do, then put it down in the comment section down below and I'll get right on it. I mean, there's no I can do it right now basically. But besides that, anyways, Mega Suicune. Now we are finally talking about the last legendary dog, and which is Suicune. Now, out of the three, Suicune is by far the bulkiest Pokemon, or should I say the bulkiest legendary dog, and it's one of the best bulkiest Pokemon to use in the metagame as well. I mean, you see this thing a lot in VGC 2015, you see this thing a lot in UU tier because Suicune is in the UU tier, but nonetheless, Suicune is just one of the most bulkiest, one of the most used bulkiest Pokemon in the game, and with the Mega Evolution making this thing even bulkier, it's just going to be insane. So what I've done to its stats, I did increase everything but left its physical attack alone. Now, the reason why I left its physical attack alone is because Suicune is not meant to be a physical attacker, nor will it ever be, and most of the physical attacks that it gets are moves that you really won't want to run on a physical Suicune. So leaving its physical attack alone is like very I wouldn't say necessary, but it's necessary at the same time, because if I did decrease it and then distribute those like points into its other stats, this thing would have been broken from the get-go, which, well, it is kind of broken already, but you kind of get the point of where I'm actually going with this. So just leaving it its physical attack alone is just like better for the long run. So that's why I left it alone. Now for its special attack, I did increase it from base 90 to base 120. Now most of the time when you run a Suicune, some of the times you do have a Calm Mind, and you run like the Bold Nature, max HP, max physical defense, and either 4 in special attack or 4 in special defense with like Calm Mind, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Scald, because that's the most used set out there. The Restos, Chestos, Sleep Talk set for Suicune, and just spamming Calm Mind with a base 120 special attack, this thing is just going to be just dishing out massive amount of damage. I mean, look at Mega Slowbro. You're pretty much this thing is pretty much a Mega Slowbro, but its special defense is just sky high as well. So just think about that. So with 120 special attack, it's going to hit hard like a truck, do massive amount of damage, and with Calm Mind in the background for one of your moves, this thing is just going to be like so bulky. It's not going to be able to one-shot it basically. So 120 I think is pretty perfect for it. I mean, I was going to like raise it to like base 100, base 110, but I decided, you know what, let's just raise it to base 120 just because I think it needed a good increase as well. Now, for both of its defenses, like I said for the previous dogs, is that the one thing that the dogs do have in common is that the dogs have at least one stat that's at base 115, and in this case, Suicune and Raikou both have 2 stats that are at base 115, and for Suicune, it's defenses. So I said in my previous videos for the Raikou and Entei that whatever stat that the dog had base 115 stat in, I was going to increase it to base 140, just so then the dogs have something else in common as well when they Mega Evolve. And with base 140 physical defense and special defense, Suicune is just going to be one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the game, next to like Shuckle basically, because this thing is never going to die. It's just going to be eating up hits for days, and even if you do hit this thing for a super effective attack, it's still going to eat it up regardless if you have no special defense investment in it, because it's base 140. So That's where I was going with. I wanted to make this thing even bulkier, so it's kind of going to be like a Shuckle and kind of going to be like a Aegislash when it's in its defense form. So base 140 is actually pretty good for a Mega Suicune. Now for its speed, I did increase it from base 85 to base 105. Now same thing for its special attack. I want to give it a good increase as well, because Suicune is not supposed to be made like very fast, and it's just supposed to be like made for eating up hits, and that's what it's supposed to do. So I wanted to give it somewhat of a good increase in its speed as well, because if you decide to go for full offensive Suicune with like Calm Mind, Scald, Ice Beam, and like Air Slash for an example, then you can run like a Timid Nature, Calm Mind, and you're pretty much set to go. But at base 105, it's not too fast, it's not too slow, it's just right. And it does, and I did give it the same base stat as the Mega Entei for its speed at base 105. Entei, I wanted to make it kind of like a powerhouse physical attacker bulky Pokemon, and pretty much the same thing I want to do for Suicune, but just switch this physical attack with its special attack, and you're pretty much set to go. But base 105, just so that you can possibly set up Calm Minds before your opponent attacks, and then you can eat up special hits for days basically. Now for its base stat as a regular Suicune, it's going to be at 580, and with the Mega Evolution it's going to be at 680. And I said this in my Mega Entei video that also one thing that the dogs have in common as well is that all three of them have the same base stat as at 580. Now for its ability, I went with Water Absorb. Now Water Absorb is Suicune's hidden ability without the Mega Evolution. Now I decided to go with Water Absorb for its Mega ability because, like, at first I was going to make its ability Aerial Aid, and as you can tell from its typing, I decided to give this thing the Flying type characteristics as a possibility if it does go down that route, because I faintly remember like seeing something that, or remember seeing its Dex entry, something about like Suicune is like very light on its feet or something like that. I know I'm probably wrong, but I remember seeing something like that in one of its Dex entries. I think it was in its X and Y Dex entry or the Oras Dex entry. I can't remember, but I remember something about how Suicune is very light on its feet, and that just made me instantly think of a Flying type, and I wanted to give like the Flying type characteristics as well to Suicune. So because it does get access to like Air Slash as an event, but like I was saying, for its ability, I went with Water Absorb because at the point I was going to give it Aerial Aid, but then after looking at its moves, I realized that Suicune doesn't get that many Flying type moves just by like leveling up or learning them, because like the only like Flying type moves it gets is Tailwind that everyone uses in VGC. It gets Gust, and no one's going to use Gust on a Suicune, and it gets Hidden Power Flying, and I'm pretty sure no one's going to run Hidden Power Flying on a Suicune. And also it does get access to Air Slash, but that was an event Suicune for the Black and White series when you had to go get Zoroark, I remember, if I remember correctly. But that was an event that Suicune did get access to Air Slash, but those are the only 4 moves, Flying type moves it gets, and at the time I was giving it Aerial Aid, and looking at its normal type moves, the only moves I pretty much get was like Hyper Beam, Giga Impact, Return, Facade, Frustration, just like normal type moves are mostly physical, and only like one special move if I remember correctly off the top of my head. So I was like, you know what, let's just go with Water Absorb, because Water Absorb would have been a very good ability for Suicune. And if you do decide to run Suicune in a rain team, it does gain health because of the Water Absorb ability. So that's also on the plus side if you do decide to run like the Chesto Resto. Oh wait, you can't run a Chesto Resto, my bad. But like, if it's like I say, if you're gonna be running like a Mega Suicune with like a Drizzle team, then Water Absorb, you're pretty much having like a leftovers for your Suicune. So that's what I was going with as well. But sadly enough, Suicune only does get access to like 4 Flying type moves. So maybe, just maybe, like I said for the other 2 dogs, that if they do end up getting a Mega Evolution, that we might get like an event, or should I say another event that will give them like moves for their secondary typing for their Mega Evolution. Like for instance, Raikou's secondary typing that I've given it was Dark, so maybe that if we get an event for the dogs, Raikou will be able to get like access to like Dark Pulse and like maybe a new Dark type move that's only for Raikou. Same thing for Entei. Maybe I give Entei the Ground type characteristics, and it'll maybe give an event to the point where Entei can learn Earthquake, and same thing for Suicune. Maybe that if there's an event, maybe Suicune can get access to like Hurricane or something like that. Just a good flying type move that will work very, very well for the dogs. And in this case, I gave the flying type characteristics to Suicune, so maybe it'll get Hurricane later in the future for an event or something like that if they do decide to go that route. So with that, there is Mega Suicune. So like I said at the beginning of the video, there probably won't be any more Y Mega Evolve videos and or team review videos for like the next week or two, because I am starting up college back up again on Monday, and I gotta get everything situated and get my routine back, like to the point where I don't have to think about anything anymore. Just go to class, do my stuff, and come home. So until then, there probably won't be any Y Mega Evolve videos up. But the next Pokemon we are going to be talking about for my Y Mega Evolve series is going to be Ledian. So yes, we are going to be sticking in the second gen still, because I really been wanting to talk about Ledian. And every time when I try to make a video for a Y Mega Evolve series, I always forget what Pokemon we were going to talk about and talk about something else. And then I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. I want to talk about this. So the next Y Mega Evolve video we're going to be making is going to be for Ledian. So we are going to be staying in second gen. But like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Go and check out some of my old Y Mega Evolve videos. My most popular one is my Mega Raichu video with over 10k views. Thank you guys so much for checking that video out. It's my most highest viewed video ever on any channel I actually ever had. Let's try to get that video to over 15k views. That'll make my day basically. And I do upload team reviews as well, so I am getting into VGC and I'm still pretty new to it, so some of the teams are kind of mediocre, but the team I've done upload with my recent one was my Mega Kangaskhan video, which has been doing nothing but the work. So if you guys are interested in VGC and you kind of want to go like, I guess, beginner team, then go and check out my videos. But if you just want to go with like a powerhouse team, then go and check out like Aaron Cybertron Zhang's channel. He's a very, very good VGC player. He won a couple nationals or championships, I don't know what they call it, but nonetheless I do upload double teams as well. I also upload single teams as well. So my latest singles team that I've uploaded was my Mega Slowbro team. So if you guys are interested in making a Mega Slowbro team and don't know what Pokemon to have on that team, go and check out that team review. Now note, Greninja is on that team, and I made the video before Greninja was even suspected and banned to Ubers. So if you need a Pokemon to replace it with like Latios or something like that, because that's what I replaced it with, and it's just been putting nothing in but the work. Now I do upload moveset videos, like I said at the beginning of the video. I try to keep them as custom as possible, and if you guys want to see any videos from me for the next couple of weeks, then just tell me what Pokemon you want to see for a moveset video. I'll work on it and upload it for you guys. So with that, that's all I really got to say. So whenever I start getting back into my Y Mega Evolve series, after when I get college situated, we are going to be talking about Mega Ledian. So with that, this is White Boy for the win. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.